A cyber hack at Canada's biggest provider of healthcare testing, LifeLabs, says hackers obtained personal data of up to 15 million customers, mostly in BC and Ontario. For more, we're joined by cybersecurity expert Claudiu Popa. Claudiu, thank you so much for joining us today. I think that these hacks, cyber hacks, have sadly become commonplace in places like Canada, the United States, but it's the sheer size of how many people could potentially have had their information compromised that is surprising people this morning. How could a hack of this size happen?
Unfortunately, as you say, Ben, these are very commonplace. The healthcare and medical field is being targeted increasingly. In fact, we've seen an exponential growth between last year and this year. In 2018, we saw about 10 million records breached all year. And now this year, we've seen in excess of 360 data breaches in healthcare and in the medical field. And unfortunately, with the total of 15 million user accounts and usernames and identities, this puts us over the top. And unfortunately, these things happen in a very, very trivial way in many cases.
LifeLabs paid a ransom just to regain control of their system. But what happens to the personal data of those 15 million Canadians?
Unfortunately, we won't know until people start getting compromised. These are valuable identity elements. The company has said that they lost control over 6 of them. Names, addresses, emails, passwords, dates of birth, medical test results. My personal concern is that the website also mentions 4 additional ones for a total of 10. So their website indicates that there are 4 others, including a security question. And that security question is supposed to be sent by LifeLabs in an email. And in that email, it says never act on an email that does not include this secure phrase. But if this secure phrase has been compromised, then we don't have a way to trust emails from LifeLabs. So it's a tricky situation, and we won't know how many people are compromised until reports start coming in.
Claudiu, do we know how robust LifeLabs' cybersecurity was? I mean, were they operating at the highest possible level of security, or was this a company that was perhaps not taking its cybersecurity, taking that risk as seriously as it needed to?
Well, unfortunately, Ben, the reason the medical space and the healthcare space have been targeted so much this year is because it's known for lax cybersecurity controls. We don't know what LifeLabs has in place or had in place. They do mention firewalls and encryptions on their website. It's not precise, and one concern that we have is that on their website, it says that you are entirely responsible for all usage or activity of my results by users of your ID and password, including use of your password by any third party. So if victims are responsible for misuse and abuse of that information, that's a grave concern to me anyway.
We only have a very, very short time left, but in about 10 seconds, can you tell me what would happen if you are one of these people who was compromised?
If you have been compromised, there's a number of uses that this data can have. One is for extortion purposes. Medical lab results are highly sensitive. We have seen that people in other medical breaches have been extorted. It's been mentioned online that it's taken often more than 10 years for people to regain control over their identity after a medical data breach, a healthcare data breach. So this is very, very troubling, and hopefully we'll get more information soon.
Claudiu Popa, thank you very much for your insights this morning. It's really appreciated.